Yes, guys, in today's video, I'm going to take you through my daily discipline protocol. Okay, now this protocol is something that I have utilized every single day for the past 7 years. Okay, now I'm not going to go flash out a Rolex and get my Lamborghini out and say, well, this is how you achieve this, okay, because obviously no one gives a fuck, right? No one cares about rented Lambos, no one cares about people flashing it, right? All we care about is freedom. Okay, the ability to do what you want when you want to do it. Okay, health, freedom of mind, freedom of choice. Okay, now by doing these things, a byproduct of that will be financial benefits. However, all I want to show you today is a daily discipline protocol that if you implement consistently every single day over the next 90 days, over the next year, compound interest, your life is going to dramatically improve. Okay, your health is going to improve, your relationships will improve, your finances will improve, your purpose, your happiness, your freedom, everything is going to level up. Okay, now this protocol that I'm going to share with you today is something that I've used for the last 7 years that got me from fat, overweight, a functional addict, working sales, commission-only sales. I was traveling the world, making good money, but deeply empty inside, disconnected, okay, overweight, unhappy with my body, until now, 7 years later, living in my dream island. I've got a beautiful family. I can do what I want when I want. I can eat the foods I want to eat. I can do the things I want to do, okay? I've grown a successful business with so much more to come. I'm surrounded by a network of high value men, all right? And this isn't for me to brag. This is just to show you what's possible when you actually start to implement daily systems, okay? So let's get into it. Now, this daily discipline protocol is something that you're going to do in the morning and in the evening. Okay. Now, the morning and the evenings are the rudders of your day, as Jim Rohn would say. Okay. Now, especially as men, we have a duty. Okay. We have everyone trying to grab our attention. Okay. We've got our missus, we've got our business, we've got our employees, we've got clients, we've got family, everyone wants our attention, right? The tax man wants everyone, right? So we need to cultivate our day so that there is space in it that we can slow everything down, okay? And prepare ourselves and get ourselves ready, all right? Fill ourselves with energy, feel good naturally, okay? Because it's our feelings, how we think and how we feel, and our belief systems that are ultimately controlling our actions and our results in life. So our idea is utilizing the morning and the evenings to tune your instrument, okay? Imagine a violinist, imagine a musician, okay? Do you think the musician would go on stage before a massive performance without tuning his instrument? Absolutely not, right? They would tune it, they would prepare, they would be practicing, that everything would be ready so that when they step on stage, they're ready to perform at their best. So what's the difference between a musician going on stage and you going on stage? Because you are going on stage to the most important thing, which is your life, okay? Now, if you're waking up late, yeah, the alarm's going off, you're pressing snooze, okay, 4 or 5 times, you immediately get up, you're looking at your phone, you're in your problems, you're rushing everywhere, you spill your coffee, then you're negative, you're angry, you get to work, you're more angry, you lose your sale, it's this downward spiral, okay? We are doing the opposite of that, okay? So we're using, first of all, the morning and the evening as the rudders of your day to steer your day, okay? So we're going to start with the morning, okay? Now, especially as a man, if you're a father, if you're a business owner, if you're a professional, right? You have many, many things to do throughout the day, all right? As I said, lots of people drawing your attention. So the morning is when you are going to have some silence, some peace and quiet, okay? And you're going to do only a couple of things to start moving you forwards, okay? So you're going to, first of all, do movement, okay? Get up, well, first of all, actually, forget about all that. First of all, is get up when you say you're gonna get up, all right? Get up early, okay? Get up an hour earlier than you're getting up right now. Now, even if you're not a business owner, even if you're not a professional, even if your life is absolutely fucking terrible, yeah? And you getting up at 11 p.m., or fucking 11 a.m. or 1 p.m., whatever, then you should still be implementing this, okay? But getting up early, that's the first thing, okay? Getting up before the sun rises, yeah? 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 4 a.m., yeah? Getting up before everyone else gets up, okay? Because this is the first win of the day, all right? Now, we are looking for momentum here, all right? How does a bicycle move forward, yeah? It doesn't move by just you standing still. It moves through momentum. So our idea of this morning routine is to stack our wins, yeah? And the first win of the day is to beat that little voice inside your head that tells you to seek comfort, okay? Because that little voice inside your head's telling you, oh, don't worry, James, relax, you've done enough today, yeah? You haven't done enough, yeah? And that voice is going to come up and doubt you and fear and worry and all these sort of things when it comes to the big decisions you need to make in life, okay? So the first thing we do is beat that voice inside your head, the first thing. Get up early, get up on time. When you say you're going to get up on time, all right? If the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., get up at 5 a.m., all right? Get up straight away, put some water on your face, yeah? Don't look at your phone. No phone for the first hour, okay? When you're looking at your phone, you flood your body with serotonin, all right? And then you're wide awake, and then you're also looking at all your problems, okay? You're looking at your emails, you're looking at your bank account, you're looking at all these different things, and you're flooding your body with cortisol, stress, worry, fear, doubt, okay? And whatever we think and feel is then going to control our actions and our results. So we want to be priming ourselves for calm, relaxation, for clarity, for energy, okay? So get up. First thing, do some movement. Okay? The best thing I would suggest is go for a run or go for a hard physical exercise, okay? People will tell you to go and do your deep work and all that sort of stuff, but to be honest with you, if you're doing deep creative work, you need the energy, right? And by breathing deeply, by going for a run and exercising, you're beating that voice and you're flooding your body with energy, okay? So you're going to have more creativity after you come back from the run or from the physical exercise, okay? So exercise is number 2, all right? Once you've done that exercise, boom, tick it off, all right? Now, I would suggest having a journal and a pen to do this, all right? Write down exactly what you're going to do at what time and tick it off. And as you tick it off, you're going to get a little hit of dopamine, all right? And you're telling yourself, oh, okay, cool. I am this new type of person, disciplined, all right? I am in control, all right? So you woke up early, you've done your movement, all right? Then do a little bit of silence, okay? Silence, connecting to infinite intelligence, your subconscious mind, your automatic success mechanism, all right? I've done a training on the automatic success mechanism, your subconscious, and how to program it and retrain it for anything you want in life. So I'll link that in the comments and description below, and go check that out. But we have to make sure that we are relaxed, okay, and calm and connected, all right? And this is where we're going to get ideas, intuitions, insights, downloads on what it is we need to do throughout the day, all right? So taking 10, 15 minutes just to slow everything down, silence, okay? Then, once we have some silence, we can go into some movement, some stretching, all right? Water, drinking lots of water in the morning, all right? And journaling, okay? Planning. Journal, write down 3 things that you're grateful for, okay? Write down your goals for the day, okay? 1 to 3 things that you need to achieve today. Don't make it 20, don't make it 30, 1 to 3 key needle movers of your day that you need to do, all right? And by having that clear direction, you're gonna know exactly what you need to do for the rest of the day, all right? Now come 8 a.m., yeah, when everyone else wakes up, the idea of this is that you have won your morning and you've maybe stacked 8 or 9 different wins throughout the morning, and you've proven to yourself that you can do these things that you don't want to do, all right? Doing the hard things first, like the exercise, like the running, like the physical activity, this is going to give you more energy, it's going to give you more motivation, you're going to win, and then it's also, you have more energy in the morning, all right? So if you're waiting to do your exercise at night and then you end up not doing it, well, that's because you've got no energy anymore, okay? So we need to be using all the energy early doors. And then by the time that our missus wakes up, the kids wake up, we are like moved everything forward, okay? So the only other thing I would mention on here is if you've got a long enough routine is some deep work, okay? 60 minutes of deep work, 30 minutes, 90 minutes of uninterrupted work where you're moving your business forward, okay? And that way, by the time 8 a.m. wakes up, everyone else wakes up, you've done physical activity, you've moved yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in your business, okay? The 5 main areas of your life. So that no matter what happens now at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., you can feel deeply calm, deeply relaxed because you've moved forward, okay? You've moved everything forward. And you'll notice that the differences on the days that you don't do this, you're more stressed and you're more anxious and you're more worried, okay? Now, the PM is the next part of this daily discipline protocol, okay? Is having an hour before you go to bed to slow everything down, okay? Sleep is the number one thing for mental health, for physical health, for spiritual health, for everything, all right? If you don't get an adequate amount of sleep, then it's something like, it's the equivalent to drinking 10 beers and driving, okay? If there's experiments where people have not slept for like 24 hours and they start hallucinating because the brain needs to reset, it needs to dream, it needs to connect, okay? And if we don't sleep enough, all of these terrible things happen. Hormones go out of balance, we get more angry, more emotionally reactive, all these things, okay? So the last hour of your day, let's say you go to bed at 10, all right? 9 to 10, you should have your phone off. Everything should be red light or candle light, okay? And the reason for this is to signal to your circadian rhythm to flood your body with melatonin, okay? The chemical that gets you to sleep, okay? We want to be living like our ancestors, rise with the sun and go to bed with the sun, okay? They didn't used to have their phone and all this sort of stuff, which plugs them in and stresses them out and makes them fearful and worried, okay? And at the end of the day, we want to be reflecting, okay? Doing low-level tasks that aren't going to give us lots of energy and dopamine, all this sort of stuff. We want to be reading, yeah? We want to be journaling, reflecting on the day. Where did I go well? What went well? What didn't go well, okay? What areas need improvement? Planning, massive for the next day, okay? Plan the next day, all right? When you plan the night before, okay, you literally plant your subconscious with what you need to do the next day. And the way the subconscious mind works, it will start to create and start to work out that problem for you, okay? Write down the 1 to 3 things that you need to do in the morning so that you know, boom, I get up and that's the first thing I need to do, right? Have your exercise clothes out of the room, okay, so that you don't disturb your missus and you keep going in and out, and that'll piss her off. She's pissed off, that's gonna piss you off, and next thing you know, it's a snowball effect, okay? So having everything prepared, disciplined. Don't be wasting your time watching Netflix and fall into bed scrolling, all this sort of stuff, because we are planting the subconscious mind. If you know anything about the subconscious mind, or you've been watching any of the videos I've been sharing, if you haven't, I'll link them in the description. But the subconscious mind will do whatever you tell it, all right? The subconscious mind is like the garden. Yeah, the conscious mind is the gardener. If we plant seeds of fear, worry, anxiety, murder, all that sort of stuff, that's exactly what the subconscious is going to give us the next day, all right? So if we go to bed watching shit on Netflix, murder documentaries, scrolling about the wars, all this sort of stuff, wake up in the morning and we wonder why we're stressed and we're anxious and worried and fearful. However, if we start to plant it at night with things that are actually going to be beneficial for us, okay, motivation, good books, reading, meditating, silence, breathing deeply, okay, all of these things, that's then going to prepare us for the next day, all right? And we're going to wake up in the morning, we're going to be excited for life. Let's go, the next thing, what do we need to do, okay? So the evening, last hour, phone off, put it away, silent, aeroplane mode, right? Journal. What went well? What didn't go well? What am I grateful for? Okay, feeling grateful for what you are and what you have. Okay, gratitude is everything. Okay, our feelings are an emotional guidance system. The way we feel and the way we think is controlling our outside world. Our outside world is a reflection of how we think and feel inside. So if we can feel good naturally now, without drugs, alcohol, junk food, all this sort of stuff, and plant our subconscious with gratitude, success, the part of our brain, the reticular activating system, will quite literally search out for things to be more grateful for. It's neuroscience, is how your brain works, all right? If you think of something and that's what you want, okay, your brain will work out ways to achieve it, okay? So if we think of successful things, law of attraction, more successful things will come, okay? So now, once you get into bed, right, there's a couple of things to reprogram and retrain your mind as part of this discipline protocol, okay? Start, first of all, to say thank you and be grateful for everything that you have, okay? Now, you can say gratitude to God, to a spirit, universal, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it, or to yourself, but just saying gratitude, thank you for what I have right now, okay? Thank you for all the things I've got. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for the food I've eaten. Thank you for my health and my family, okay? Because as I said, gratitude will have then more things to be grateful for. And the last thing you'll do as you fall asleep, as you go to sleep at night, is start to visualize your vision blueprint, okay? If you've not done that already, the link will be in the description as well. But start visualizing your vision blueprint of the future, okay? How do you want your future to be, okay? This 2.0 version of yourself. How does he live? Where is he living? What is he doing every day? How does he act? Like, how does he feel? All these sort of things, and have a massive mental image, like the movie theater of your mind, playing out a scene on your mind, and drift asleep to that. Okay, and as you drift asleep to that, you're planting your subconscious mind with how you want to live, all right? And the subconscious mind will start to then work out ways through your automatic success mechanism to help you achieve it. So that when you wake up in the morning, all right, it will start to get into work. Okay. Now I promise you guys, if you start to implement this system, the daily discipline protocol, all right, I'm going to leave a description for a document that you can use. Okay. Now I would suggest writing it in an actual journal and ticking it off, because old school is better in my opinion. Ticking it, you'll get the actual dopamine hit. You're not looking at your phone early doors in the morning, all this sort of stuff. But I'll send you the document. Start using it every day for the next 30 days. For the next year, okay, and just get into a consistent habit of this, all right? Doing it every day, not stopping 4 days and then doing it again 7 days later, right? Consistency compounds everything, okay? So try it out, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to go deeper in this and you want to be surrounded by other high-performing men, all taking control of their internal state so that they can create the time, energy, peace of mind, happiness, freedom in their life, you can join my school community, Retrain with Tremain. The link will be in the bio, in the description as well. And if you want to go deeper into this, you need to look into the internal control system, all right? I'll leave also all of the descriptions in this so that we can go deeper. But apart from that, guys, have a fantastic week, okay? Let me know in the comment section if there's anything else you want me to cover, and we'll catch you in the next video.